Enough. You're doing him just right. In fact, in my opinion, you didn't just become Augie. He became you.
I feel lost.
Good.
He's such a wounded guy. I feel like my heart is getting broken, my own personal heart, every night.
Good.
Do I just keep doing it?
Yes.
Without knowing anything?
Yes.
Isn't there supposed to be some kind of an answer out there in the cosmic wilderness? Woodrow's line about the meaning of life.
Maybe there is one.
Right. Well, that's my question. I still don't understand the play.
Doesn't matter. Just keep telling the story. You're doing him right.
I need a breath of fresh air.
Okay, but you won't find one.
In the summer of 2023, audiences around the world were introduced to Wes Anderson's new film, Asteroid City. Despite having a star-studded cast like Steve Carell, Scarlett Johansson, Bryan Cranston, William Dafoe, Jason Schwartzman, Margot Robbie, this movie still hasn't received the best reviews, as audiences are still mixed, with it getting as low as a 2.2 stars on Google Reviews and a 6.5 on IMDb. Reviews as painfully mid as this come as a huge fall from Wes Anderson's prior films, such as The Isle of Dogs, Fantastic Mr. Fox, both getting a 4.7 respectively. In order for us to understand why this movie was received worse than prior works from Wes Anderson, first we ought to know what the movie's about. Spoilers, but I imagine you picked up on that. Asteroid City starts us off with Bryan Cranston telling us that the movie we'll be watching for the next near 2 hours is a play following this guy right here, Augie Steinbeck, a war photographer written by this guy right here, Conrad Earp. The setup and structure for this movie/play follows a town that is simply known for the fact that one time an asteroid landed there. Being hosted there, and the reason for our main character being there, is that he's taking his son to a junior stargazing/space cadet convention. Whilst here on this trip, they meet her and her, an actress and her daughter who are in town for the same convention. Also worth noting is that Augie has 3 daughters as well. Oh, and he hasn't told any of his kids that their mom has been dead for 3 weeks. Oh, man. They're also actually stuck in this little town because, I don't know, something in their car blows up. So then on Asteroid Day, which is also a thing here, they're visited by an actual alien who steals previously mentioned asteroid. From this point, the whole town gets put into a lockdown, and the people staying in Asteroid City are thrown into this quarantine subplot. It's in this lockdown where we get to discover more of Mitch Campbell's relationship with Augie. As they talk to each other from their respective windows, they chat about work, their kids, dreams. But we get this super interesting scene where Augie burns his hand on the quickie griddle. This was a confusing aspect of the movie because it left a lot of people asking, okay, but why?
What did you just do?
I burned my hand on a quickie griddle.
Why?
It's not clear.
Show me.
It feels so quick and out of place that I can only presume this moment is meant to be like a pinch me, so I'm sure I'm not dreaming scenario. As his wife just died recently and an alien appeared right before him, it's not hard to see why in such a state of shock he's questioning the reality of the world around him. Tom Hanks also makes his way into this movie, which is cool, I guess. He plays the grandparents to the children who just lost their mother, and I believe he plans to take the kids to stay with him. It's not like a super important plot to the movie, it's just something worth sharing.
You're not here.
We're not there. The car exploded. Come get the girls. I have to stay here with Woodrow.
I'm not the chauffeur. I'm the grandfather. Where are you?
Now, this half of the movie with Augie and the actress Mitch Campbell, it's just that. One half. The other sports a black and white color palette and is also representative of the real world. In this world, we follow Mitch Campbell's actress and see her story as the play director writes her, asking her to stay as she plans to walk out on the show. We also follow Augie's actor, who cannot for the life of him figure out what the play is about. He states he needs a breath of fresh air and stresses about if he's doing it right. Augie also in the real world runs into a woman who was supposed to play his wife before she was cut from the script.
Hello.
Oh, It's you, the wife who played my actress.
My scene was cut after one rehearsal.
We still use your photograph.
Do you remember the dialogue?
No.
We meet in a dream on the alien's planet.
Magnavox 27. Actually, it's one of the moons of it.
You say, did you talk to the alien? I say, not yet. You say, why not? I thought for sure you would have yelled at him or made him laugh. I say, or asked him the secrets of the universe. You say, exactly. I say, I think he's shy. You say, so's Woodrow, but I'm sure he'll grow out of it. I mean, at least I hope he will, without a mother. I say, he's a late bloomer, but maybe I think you'll need to replace me. You say, what? Why? How? I can't. I say, maybe I think you'll need to try. I'm not coming back, Augie. Then you take a picture of me and start crying. And I say, I hope it comes out.
And I say, all my pictures come out.
It's in these scenes that it's no longer hinted at, but told to the audience that this movie comments on the meaning of life and how it feels to be uncertain of the future in the same way that Augie's actor is. Also, the fact that the movie's director literally called it a poetic meditation on the meaning of life. Also squeezed into this movie is a super interesting quote that a lot of fans of this movie held on to, even still being confused about its actual meaning. And it's, you can't wake up if you don't go to sleep.
I'd like to make a scene where all my characters are each gently, privately seduced into the deepest, dreamiest slumber of their lives as a result of their shared experience of a bewildering and bedazzling celestial mystery.
You can't wake up if you don't fall asleep.
What was that?
What's that mean?
You can't wake up if you don't fall asleep.
What? That's not true. Say it again.
Who cares?
You can't wake up if you don't fall asleep.
Why should
Maybe not.
Yes.
You can't wake up if you don't fall asleep.
You can't wake up if you don't fall asleep.
I personally really like Stephen Park's interpretation, where he says, well, it's a little bit of a Zen koan. That's my interpretation, where you can't quite understand it intellectually, but the idea of waking up to the present moment, waking up to wonder, I think that's kind of what Wes is pointing to. There's something beyond what we can understand. And like what Adrian Brody's character is saying to Jason's character about, just keep on telling the story. You're doing great. You don't need to understand it. Just keep moving forward. And it's kind of a call to, hey, wake up. There's something happening right in front of you, right here, right now. And that's what a lot of this movie feels like. This movie definitely is not for everyone, and it doesn't have anything that resembles a clear narrative that someone would be able to follow. A lot of this movie wasn't clear for most people on a first watch, especially me walking out of the theater for the first time. But this is a super underrated project that deserved way more love than it got, and honestly, it is one of the most beautifully shot and best looking movies I've ever seen. Definitely worth a watch, and there's tons about this movie I did not talk about. I just wanted to share some thoughts. Thank you all for hearing me. If you liked the video, then like the video. And that's all. Bye.